Obama?
Mr. Woods?
Obama?
Doctor, come quick. The patient, I think he's awake.
What did he say?
It sounded kind of like Obama.
Devin? Devin, can you hear me?
Obama?
No, Devin, it's me, Dr. Gill.
What? Where am I?
You're in Statesville Hospital. You've been in a coma.
What? A coma?
Yeah, you got sucker punched by a construction worker.
How long have I been in a coma?
Well, Mr. Woods, it's 2012 now.
I've been in a coma for 4 years?
Yes, you've been in a coma since November 4th, 2008.
Since Election Day 2008?
Yes. You got punched out by a McCain supporter after you peed on his yard sign.
Who won?
Barack Obama won.
Oh, oh, happy day.
Yeah. You may also be excited to know that Barack Obama just won re-election as well.
No, oh, that's such great news.
Yeah.
See? That's what happens when you live up to your campaign promises and close Guantanamo Bay and repeal the Patriot Act and prosecute the criminals in Wall Street and repeal the Bush tax cuts and establish the most transparent administration in history and crack down on lobbyists and end the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Oh, Iraq. Yeah, the Iraq War is sort of over, right?
Yeah, except for all the mercenaries and stuff. It's sort of like Mad Max. Yeah, it's over in the grand scheme of things. Good work.
Good job, Mr. President.
Oh, it must be nice to have a guy in the White House who's fixing all the damage that George W. Bush did to the Constitution.
And I got to say, the thing that I like most about it is just that sort of we're on a better footing to get...
Whoa, Doctor, what are you doing?
I don't want to break his heart, all right? So I stopped his heart.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yes. Didn't anybody here read the Affordable Care Act?
The BS of A with Brian Sack.
Welcome to the BS of A. I'm your host, Brian Sack. And I'm sorry to have to do this, but I double booked the studio today, and there is some business I need to take care of right now. So I will be right back with you folks. Okay, today's meeting of the Swing State Support Group. How's everything going?
It isn't good. Okay? What do you think?
Whatever.
Think, Brian.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I mean, for a long time, you had two very, very powerful men eager to please you, showering you all with attention, dropping by just to say, hey, you were the center of their world.
Yeah, the most wonderful.
Nice.
Good there.
And then it's over.
You know, I haven't heard from Mitt Romney in a week. Okay, I get that he's bummed and he needs to do stuff or whatever. It takes 2 seconds to return somebody's text.
I know, I agree. You know what? I invited Barack over, and he was like, things are a little crazy at work. I get that, but he lives 10 minutes away.
Yeah? Well, he unfriended me on Facebook.
Oh,
It's cold, man.
Facebook
It's
makes it
ice
so much
cold.
harder.
You know, right now it hurts, but come on, you're all great states, right?
Brian, don't blow smoke.
Well, come on, Ohio. I've heard great things about you. Just not Cleveland. But try to remember, you're coming down from a major high. And some of you are still high.
It's hard going from being famous back to obscurity. You'll find out someday, Brian,
Well, we'll see.
if you ever get famous.
Okay, that's not nice.
Well, my 15 minutes aren't up yet. The Packers are primed to take the division. Go Green Bay!
How the hell did you go blue Wisconsin? Would the 2 Hispanic guys in your state finally vote? It's a tough break.
Hey, what's your problem, Kenneth Port?
Kenny Bunkport is in Maine, all right, you jerk?
You're in Maine.
I'm where?
Okay, guys, settle down. I mean, this is supposed to help us all transition from being media darlings back to whatever it is you did before then. I mean, you guys have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, right. Did you know that the top 10 list of most fun things to do in Iowa has 7 items on it? And 4 of those items are relaxing on a porch?
Okay, well, Colorado? Colorado, hello?
Okay, I have to say something. Florida is making me feel really uncomfortable.
Well, you're not alone there. Florida, we talked about this last week. You really need to wear a shirt.
Okay, I'm confused, okay? Am I red? Am I blue?
Well,
I don't know!
you went to the Democrats, so you're blue.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, whatever. I mean, we outsource all our voting fraud to Pennsylvania and Ohio.
You know, speaking of which, I don't even know why Pennsylvania is here.
Yeah, that's
point.
true.
Fox News said I was a swing state.
Not as long as you have cities, so you probably have to go.
I'm all alone in the red here, guys, all right? I am freaking out.
Who am I? I don't know!
Wait. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Marco Rubio and Hillary Clinton just opened field offices in Ames.
What?
No!
Excuse me, suckers.
Okay, all right, let's move on. You've been very quiet there, blue shirt. What's your take on this whole thing?
I'm good.
Maryland?
What?
Wait a second, you're not even a swing state.
Yeah, but with an economy this bad and free coffee and donuts, a bing bong.
Yeah. Oh, all right, I need to take care of this. We'll be right back.
The BS of A presents the best stuff of America with Matt Fisher. People who stay to the right on escalators.
You know, you may not be fit enough to be a firefighter, wise enough to be a teacher, or brave enough to be a soldier. But guess what? You just made the day of 45 people who were trying to get out of the subway or trying to get into the men's section at JCPenney. Today, you're my hero.
Next time.
Bumper stickers.
A lot of people, say half the country, are upset about the results of the 2012 election, but no one more so than I. And that's because I had just sold a brand new TV series to the Blaze based on the premise that Romney was going to win. Here, take a look at what you'll be missing out on.
Welcome back to Everything's Good with Glenn Beck.
Hey, last hour we were talking about how good things are in the country. So, that's good. President Romney lowered taxes again last night, repealed Obamacare. So that's also good. Hey, I got something. You know what's destroying the country? Long lines at drive-thrus. Wait, no. That's really kind of a stretch, isn't it?
America could have had that, but instead they chose Barack Obama. Or did they? No, they did. We'll be right back.
Let's pick a word from the word tree. Here you go, Liberty.
The word is serve. To serve is to be of assistance to or to promote the interests of.
Get straight with me, kid. Your big brother shot himself in the leg so he didn't have to go on another tour of Iraq, didn't he? Email Liberty the Penguin and let him know.
Welcome back. I'm joined today by 3 experts to discuss the issues of the day that are of interest to me. My first guest is a world-class puppeteer who loves to teach children about fitness and healthy living. Please welcome Greg Walter and his puppet, Gutter.
Hey, thanks for having me, Brian.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Thanks for coming. My next guest is a man who's clearly racist, but thinks that he's subtle enough that no one can tell. Please welcome Tim Dolgos. Hi, Tim.
Thanks so much for having me. I like the makeup of the panel.
You do. And my final guest is brand new to fatherhood. He and his wife welcomed twins just 2 weeks ago. Hello, John Murray.
Hey, Brian, how are you? Oh, wait. Oh, I thought someone had a poopy. It's
No,
okay. It's
no
good.
poopies.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I haven't showered in a couple of days.
Oh, well, you're a stay-at-home dad?
Stay-at-home dad.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Stay-at-home mom's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's all just a lot of work.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about seceding. You okay, John?
I'm okay. Thanks. Thanks for asking.
Let's talk about seceding. There's been all this talk about secession. People upset. Oh, my candidate lost. Let's pull our state out of the union. This happened in 2004. We had Democrats like, oh, my candidate lost. Let's pull out of the union. You know, first of all, what's your attitude towards pulling out of the union because your candidate lost?
I mean, I'm for anything that gets people healthy, and anger is like one of the top ways that you can lose weight.
Anger is one of the top ways?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just between you and me, when when Elmo took over and like it was like, oh, Elmo's the only puppet, I lost probably 50, 60 pounds just fuming.
Really? So you're advocating for anger as a way to lose weight?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen Gutter here. Gutter beat up a Teletubby once pretty bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you on a show right now? I mean, are you on
No, we're doing a lot of tours. We're trying to get a Greyhound to sponsor us, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for, like Sesame. I know Elmo's out of the picture now. You guys made a mistake there, so yep, Gutter and I are always ready to teach kids about staying healthy.
How do you stay healthy? Besides
Bowling.
Bowling.
You got to go bowling.
Bowling
That's a great way
and
to do it.
anger are ways to stay healthy.
Bowling and anger, they usually go hand in hand.
That's an interesting message.
Yeah.
Tim, what's your attitude on secession? I mean,
Well, you can't do that.
okay.
Can't break up the union. There's a lot of different people live in this country, a lot of different values, a lot of different what passes for behavior and music. So, but we got to just muscle through and
Muscle through it, work this out.
work this out and assert the culture that we want to have.
John, you okay? Do you need some help
No,
here?
I can do it all. These are.
Is it feeding time?
So, yeah, they're hungry. These are my kids. Oh, just spilled a little milk there.
Let me
It's
ask
okay,
you that.
don't
Is
worry.
that milk or formula?
It's milk. It's breast milk. It's my wife's
Do you
breast
have a
milk.
position on breast milk versus formula?
I just if it can keep it natural, I'm just spraying milk all over their faces right now.
They okay?
Hold on,
I'm happy
You know, I have this. Okay?
Okay.
These are my bundles of joy, and it's really doing it. To your union question, like Lincoln, I think we should preserve the union, just like the movie.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
No.
This is my first time out of the house
In 2 weeks.
It's like I feel like the world has changed. There's just so much
It's hard.
happening here.
It's a lot of work. Now with these,
Who won the election? I didn't.
Mitt Romney did not win the election.
Okay, all right, good to know.
That answers your question.
All right.
How do you feel about that, Tim?
I don't think we've seen the last of the presidency.
Okay. This week's sponsor is OregonTrailFoods.com, the national distributor for a new jelly bean created by the man who invented Jelly Belly, Ronald Reagan's favorite jelly bean. They also sell other great food products like oatmeal, granola, soups, and long-term food supplies that are organic, all-natural, non-GMO, and simple. If you'd like to be an under-the-table sponsor, please email sponsorthebsofa@theblaze.com. We'll be right back. You like Jelly Bellies? You remember them?
I like the best
Breakfast.
3 flavors.
The best 3
I
flavors.
don't need a whole bucket full of 90 different types of jelly beans.
Interesting.
Some are better, some are worse.
So here's the situation, sir. Our consulate in Benghazi, Libya, is under attack. We have limited options, not a lot of time, but we could have boots on the ground in under an hour, with your okay, to get in there and rescue the diplomats.
Well, give me a minute to think. In the meantime, how do you tell what size a lady is?
Sir?
What size clothes or panties a lady wears?
Sir, why are you asking this, General Petraeus?
Because with everything going on, the last thing I need is to get a lot of guff from my lady because I bought her size 6 undies when she's really a size 4.
Okay, your wife is not a size 4.
Exactly.
Excuse me?
Nothing. So tell me more about this Bengal problem.
Benghazi, sir. Yeah, we need to act quickly, and I recommend we just go ahead and blame this crappy YouTube video for everything.
Yes, I heard about that. Speaking of movies with bad actors, have you heard about Expendables 2? I'm looking for a good date night movie.
I guess it's okay.
Doesn't really matter. As long as the movie is loud, the back of the theater is dark, and there's a hole on the bottom of the popcorn tub, if you know what I'm saying.
Sir, I do not know what you're saying with regard to Libya.
Let me explain. The hole in the popcorn
I know what
tub.
the hole in the popcorn but
Nag, nag, nag. You sound like my wife. Makes me want to find a new advisor who has no pubic hair. That's a metaphor.
General, this just came in. We devoted a ton of resources to this intelligence. I think it's a game changer.
Oh, great.
And this is Libya?
Libya, sir.
No, it's a labia.
And this is the erogenous zone?
Well, we think it is, sir. We've retasked all of our satellites, but they can only zoom in so far.
I think I'm going to have to go all in.
Okay. I You got me there.
And now, the Glenn Beck Show highlight of the week.
I see an old woman in a checkered dress. That's my Auntie M.
The Glenn Beck Show highlight of the week was brought to you by Oregon Trail Foods. High quality, locally sourced, all natural and delicious. Visit us on the web at OregonTrailFoods.com.
Our sponsor this week is Oregon Trail Foods, retailer of delicious and all-natural foods that are easy to prepare and locally sourced.
As soon as we heard the word food, we knew we had to take this particular sponsor's product for a little test drive.
So they sent along some of their wares, and we're going to learn firsthand whether or not they're any good.
Yeah.
Now, cold weather's coming on, so I volunteered to try out Oregon Trail's soups and stews.
Ooh, now I've got the office suite too, so I'm going to be testing out some of their dessert oatmeal.
And I couldn't figure out what I wanted. Then I came across Oregon Trail's long-term food supply, a 90-serving kit of their greatest hits that can sustain a person for more than a month. And in order to provide you guys with an informed opinion, I'm going to eat it all.
You definitely shouldn't do that.
Now, the BSA is a weekly show, so I don't have a full month to spread out my eating. In fact, we taped the show on Thursday afternoon, and FedEx didn't get this stuff here till Wednesday midday. So I'm going to have to get a move on.
Matt, that's about 50 pounds of food.
Oh, let's fire up the old water boiler and see what we see, shall we?
I started with duck soup, which you should know doesn't actually have any duck in it. It's a savory pea soup with whole kernel corn, and it's delicious.
You know, I was skeptical about the idea of dessert oatmeal, but after this, I get it. This strawberries and cream is A++.
I can't stop and talk about whether or not it's good if I'm going to finish the whole thing, all right? So.
So the website is OregonTrailFoods.com. Make sure to check it out. My food was absolutely delicious.
Mine too. Not to be confused with Oregon Trail, the video game.
Well, damn. I scalded my tongue like 10 minutes ago. I'm not tasting any of this. Fight. The only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stop adding water. I'm losing so much volume of water, you know. I think the rest of these, I think I'm just going to shotgun them dry. How many more do I have left?
About 75 servings, Matt.
Me sideways.
www.OregonTrailFoods.com, our sponsor this week.
That thing where I was eating them dry, that was a huge mistake. It's like, it's expanding in my belly. It's sucking up all the moisture in the rest of my body.
Matt, just stop, okay? Just stop eating. We've said the website like 3 times. Let's just let it end.
Oh God, one of my fingernails came off.
www.OregonTrailFoods.com.
Oh, my kidneys aren't working. I gotta make the most of this blood. www.OregonTrailFoods.com. .net.
OregonTrailFoods.com's foods killed Matt Fisher.
As any food would used recklessly.
You know, it's sad, but I can't help but feeling a little bit inspired.
Brian, Matt died alone in a basement for an internet TV show.
And Dish Network.
Okay, you know what? I found a note on his body. My death is but a stumbling block. I will not be deterred. Please bury me with the rest of the long-term food supply, and it will commingle with my remains for all eternity. Matt Fisher.
Okay, Matt.
Why is there still so much of it?
Man, I would love to be the worms and maggots that break into this tasty coffin. www.
Brian, don't!
Oregon Trail Foods. Got a sweet tooth? Check out our extraordinary line of gourmet jelly beans.
And we're back with Greg and Gutter, Tim and John. I wanted to ask you guys, Jack Helmuth, who's the showrunner for the show, he's the head producer here. Do we have a picture of Jack? Can we get a picture of Jack up there? There he is. He's having his second child next week, or his wife's having it. He'll be standing there on the side, probably screaming and crying. So I thought it might be nice to give him some parenting tips for having someone who's about to have their second kid. You look like you might have some tips for me. So let's go down the line. First of all, John, what do you think?
Why would he do that? Why would he? He had one kid, and he's decided to have another kid?
Yeah.
Where is this guy? Like, this is the dumbest guy ever.
No, he's just...
He was home free. You just made your life worse, Jack. Welcome to hell, pal.
Okay.
Welcome to hell.
Okay, John, that's...
You're going to be here for a whole world of hurt.
Let's move down the line, because I don't want to scare Jack too much. Tim, what's your take on this?
Well, I saw his picture there. He seems like a nice enough guy. It's hard for me to give a lot of advice without knowing a little bit more about his wife and what she's
charming.
Is she charming?
Sure.
Like, we like her?
We do like her, yeah, sure, very nice. Yeah.
Then I think it should be...
She looks like, I would say, Sissy Spacek or something.
Oh, yeah, then he's got this thing made.
Okay.
I wouldn't sweat it.
All right, and Greg, Gutter? Tips for a dad-to-be with his second kid?
Yeah, you know, teach him to love exercise early. You know, maybe set out like one meal, have him fight over it, wrestle to see who the dominant one is. That'll just stimulate, you know, the circulatory system, get them moving their arms and legs, and yeah, get them. It's just healthier that way. You avoid a lot of health problems later if you keep them exercising early.
Let me ask you this: did you go into puppeteering before you got a medical degree, or did you get a medical degree and go into puppeteering?
I've never been to school really.
Okay, but you're...
I found this old thing.
So you've never been you're offering health advice and medical tips?
I mean, we all have bodies, you know. It's
true.
not hard to know how to take care of a body.
I want to stop you. He seems like he's gasping for air when you're talking. Is that...
Oh, yeah. He had a tough game earlier.
So he's having a hard time breathing?
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah. Yeah. You okay there, buddy? Yeah, I'm fine. I have like a weird spasm happening in my arm.
Okay.
And I'm not quite sure.
So Gutter's okay?
Gutter's all right. Yeah, I mean, he's just a puppet.
Oh, that's all the time we have for this week's BS of A. Tune in next Thursday on Thanksgiving night at midnight for a special airing of our Pumpernickel Boulevard Thanksgiving Spectacular. You can talk about us on Facebook, retweet us on Twitter. Good night, America, and good luck to Jack's wife, Betsy, and whoever the father of her baby is.
No, it's a lady.
Want to sponsor the BS of A? Just email sponsor the BS of A at theblaze.com for details.